everyone, for this tutorial I will be using Karen Simply Soft in the color Iris, and it is a medium weight 4 yarn. You'll also need a pair of scissors, a measuring tape, and I will be using my G hook. Okay, so I'll put a picture up right now. These are the measurements that I recommend you grab before you get started. The first measurement is the crotch length, which is kind of just how you want your bikini bottom to sit on you. And the second measurement is your torso length, okay? And I'm going to give you my recommended sizing, but again, it's always good to grab your own measurements if you can, okay? So let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is go ahead, of course, and make your slip knot. Okay, and then we're going to start off making our base chain. For a size small, I recommend 15 chains. A size medium, 17 chains. For a large, 19 chains. For an extra large, 21 chains. For a 2X, 23 chains, and for 3X, 25 chains. Okay, so go ahead and make the amount of chains that you need for your size. So once you have the amount of chains that you need for your size, go ahead and chain one more, and that will be your turning chain. And we're going to skip that turning chain. Yarn over, insert your hook into the second chain from the hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 for your double crochet. Again, yarn over, insert into the next chain space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so we're going to be doing double crochets all the way down this row. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next chain space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So continue your double crochets to the end of the row, and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so after you're done with the amount of double crochets that you need for your size, go ahead and chain one more and turn your work. So now I'm going to do one more row of 15 double crochets, just doing one double crochet in every chain space. And so whatever your size, just go ahead and complete one more row of that amount of double crochets, and then I'll show you what's next. So once you have your 2 rows of 15, 17, 19, 21, 23, or 25 double crochets, go ahead and chain one and turn your work. So from here we are going to begin decreasing. Okay, so yarn over, insert your hook into the first chain space, pull up a loop, insert into the second chain space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, and so we just did our first decrease, making those 2 into one double crochet. Okay, and now we're going to double crochet all the way down until we have just 2 chain spaces left. Okay. And so when you have your 2 chain spaces left, we're going to go ahead and decrease on this side. So yarn over, insert your hook into the next chain space and pull up a loop. And then insert into the last chain space and pull up a loop. And then yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over, pull through 2. So now I have 13 double crochets in this row, and so you should have 2 less than you had before. Okay, so then we're going to chain 1 and turn our work, and we're going to repeat our decreases. So yarn over, insert your hook into the first chain space, pull up a loop, insert into the second chain space, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 3, yarn over and pull through 2 for another decrease. And now we're going to do double crochets all the way down until we have 2 chain spaces left. And from here we're going to, once you have your 2 chain spaces left, just go ahead and decrease one more time. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, insert into the next chain space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, from here chain 1 and turn your work. And we are going to continue this decreasing pattern until you have 5 double crochets in your row. Okay, so go ahead and continue decreasing by 2 in every row until you have 5 chain spaces in your row, and this is for every size. Okay, from there I will show you what's next. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far, and you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain spaces in this row. Once you get here, go ahead and chain 1 and turn your work, and we're going to do 8 more rows of 5 double crochets. Okay, so just go ahead, yarn over and insert into the first chain space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and just do double crochets all the way across. Okay, and repeat that row until you have 9 rows total. So that includes this decreased row, and this is your second. So that means you need 7 more rows of 5 double crochets, and that is for every size. And once you're done with that, I'll show you what's next. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far, and this again is a size small, so like if you were a different size, you have more rows back here. Okay, at this point you kind of want to go ahead and make sure that this is about half of your crotch length. Like I always say, for a size small, I normally do about 14 inches, so it's a little bit over, but that's fine. And that's just about halfway. Okay, so size medium, you might want to do, you know, 15, at least around 15 inches. A large is, or a medium is 15 to 16 inches. A large is 16 to 17 inches. And it just goes up by like 1 inch from there, okay? But those again are my recommended sizes. I recommend that you do measure yourself, okay? From here, and this is the same for all sizes, we are going to begin increasing, okay? So from here, go ahead and chain 1 and turn your work. Now we're going to put 2 double crochets into this first chain space, okay? So yarn over, insert into the first chain space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and in that same chain space we're going to put 1 more double crochet, okay? Now we're going to do regular double crochets until we get to that last chain space. And in this last chain space, we will put 2 double crochets. And now for all the sizes, everyone should have 7 double crochets in this row. From here, chain 1 and turn your work. And now we're going to just do 7 double crochets across. So just 1 double crochet in every chain space. And 7. Okay. Okay, from here go ahead and chain 1 and turn your work. And now we're going to increase one more time and put 2 double crochets in that first chain space. Okay, and now we're going to do regular double crochets across. And in your very last chain space, go ahead and increase again and put 2 double crochets into that last chain space. And now everyone should have 9 double crochets in this row. Okay, chain 1 and turn your work. And now we're going to just put 9 double crochets across, so 1 double crochet in every chain space. And 9. Okay, go ahead and chain 1 and turn your work. From here, the pattern is going to repeat, a new pattern is going to begin, but repeat for the rest of this, for the rest of the bikini bottom. So from here we're going to increase in the first and last increase in the first and last chain spaces by putting 2 in every chain in the first chain space and last chain space. So go ahead and put 2 double crochets in the first chain space and 1 double crochet in the middle in each chain space. And then 2 double crochets in the last one. So we're going to continue our increase in every row from here. For a size small, continue increasing until you have 25 double crochets in your row. Size medium, continue increasing until you have 27 double crochets. A large would be 29 double crochets. An extra large would be 31 double crochets. A 2x would be 33 double crochets. And a 3x would be 35 double crochets. So go ahead and continue your increasing in your rows, and I'll show you what to do after that. Alright, so I have finished my increases until I have 25 double crochets in my row. Okay, and from here what I'm going to do is go ahead and chain 1. So at this point, if you're a medium, you should have 27, a large should have 29, an extra large should have 31 double crochets, a 2x should have 33, and a 3x should have 35. Okay, so chain 1 and turn your work. And from here we're going to stop increasing, and we are going to do 3 rows of just regular double crochets across. Okay, so I'm going to do 3 more rows of 25 double crochets, and all the other sizes should do the amount of double crochets they already have. Okay, so go ahead and make 3 more rows of double crochets, and I'll show you what to do after that. Okay, so I have finished my 3 more rows of 25 double crochets, and from here you kind of just want to go ahead and measure and make sure that this is your complete crotch length. So this is about 14, and that's perfect. Okay. And so if you are off a little bit, you can either take one of these rows away or add another one. But yeah, I would do it up here in this row if you need to. Okay. From here, we're going to start on the top part of the bikini. So you're going to go ahead and chain 1 and turn your work. So what we're going to do next is go ahead and find our middle chain. Okay, so I have 25 chains here, and my middle chain would be the 13th. So I'm going to mark that off. Okay, so according to your size and how many double crochets you have in this row, your middle chain will be different. I think a medium is the 14th chain, a large is the 15th chain, extra large is the 16th chain, 2x is 17th chain, and a 3x is the 18th chain. Okay, so go ahead and mark off your middle chain so you know where it is, or you can just count. Either way is fine. But we're gonna do double crochets up to this middle chain. Okay, so yarn over and go ahead and do the amount of double crochets you need to get to your middle chain. All right. Okay, and that's 12. And I'm gonna go ahead and take this stitch marker out. And we are going to put also one double crochet into that middle chain. Okay, and then we'll stop there. Go ahead and chain one and turn your work. Okay, from here what we're gonna do is, for a size small, you want to go ahead and make 10 more rows. So you'll have 11 rows total of these 13 double crochets. So make 10 more rows of that. A size medium is going to make also 10 more rows of this row, but you will have 14 double crochets in that row. A size large is going to make 12 rows total of 15 double crochets, so that does include this first row. A size extra large is going to make 13 rows of 16 double crochets, and a 2X is also going to be 13 total rows of 17 double crochets, and a 3X is going to be 14 rows of 18 double crochets. Okay, so continue making your rows of double crochets according to your size, and once you are done, I will meet you there and show you what's next. Okay, so I have finished my 11 rows of 13 double crochets, and medium should have also 11 rows. A large should have 12, extra large and 2X should have 13, and a 3X should have 14. Okay, from here what we're going to do is we are going to start increasing, but we're only going to increase on this outside. Okay, and we're going to keep the middle straight. Okay, so from here go ahead and chain one and turn your work. And we're going to do double crochets all the way down. Now this might be flipped if you are, I think the even number ones, maybe a size large, you might have ended up on the other side, and in that case just make sure that you do your increases on the outside. Okay, so if you're already starting this row on the outside, then you'll have to put the increase at the beginning. Okay, otherwise if you're on this side, then go ahead and double crochet on down until you get to your last chain space. One more. And then when you get to your last chain space, go ahead and put 2 double crochets into that last chain space. So now for a size small, this row should have 14 double crochets. If you're a medium, this row should have 15. A large, you should have 16. and extra large is 17, 2X is 18, 3X is 19. So just make sure that you're only increasing on this one side, okay? And so you're going to continue increasing on the outside of this cup until, so if you're a size small, go ahead and increase until you have 19 double crochets in this row. A size medium, continue increasing until you have 23 double crochets in your row. A size large, continue increasing until you have 25 double crochets in your row. And extra large will have 27, and a 2X will have, let's see, 27. Oh, sorry, 2X will have 29, and a 3X will have 31. So basically, we're only going to increase on the one side. So go ahead and chain one and turn your work. And this is still the outside, so we're going to put 2 double crochets here in that first chain space. But every time you get to this side, we're only going to go straight with no increases, okay? So continue your increasing rows until you reach the number for your size, and I'll meet you there and show you what to do next. Okay, so I have completed my increases, and you can see, like, on the inside, in the middle side, we're just going straight up with no increases. On the outside was where we increase. Okay, so what you might want to do also here is just go ahead and check and see how long this like torso part is. So basically it's up into under the breast from the base of where your bikini bottom stopped. Okay, so I'm at about 8 inches here, which is fine. If your torso measurement, so for a size small, most torsos are like 9 inches, but you don't want it to be like the full amount because this does have some stretch. So I would recommend 1 inch to 1.5 inches shorter here. So just go ahead and check and make sure that that's where you are with this. And you can always kind of adjust this. You don't want it to be, you definitely want it to be at least 1 inch shorter, okay? So from here, what we're gonna do, it doesn't matter which side that you're on, go ahead and chain one and turn your work, all right? And we are going to start making the cups, okay? So from here, what you want to do is start decreasing. So we're going to, in this first chain space, yarn over, insert our hook, pull up a loop, insert into the second chain space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over, pull through 2, and then in the middle chain spaces, we're going to just do regular double crochets until we reach the end, until we have 2 chain spaces left. And this is going to be the same for all the sizes at this point. And once you have your 2 chain spaces left, go ahead and yarn over and do another decrease. So insert your hook, pull up a loop, insert into the next chain space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, and we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and we're going to continue decreasing. So insert your hook, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, insert into the next chain space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over, pull through 2, and then we'll be doing regular double crochets in the middle chains until we have 2 chain spaces left. Okay, and then we have 2 chain spaces left, so insert your hook, pull up a loop, insert into the next chain space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over, pull through 2. And so this pattern is going to continue until you're finished with your triangle. So I'm going to continue until I have 3 chain spaces left, and then I'll show you how to finish it up. I feel like the size large, or one of the sizes, is not going to have 3 chain spaces left. It'll have 2, and I'll address that when we get there. Okay, so keep doing your decreases and I'll show you what's next. Alright, so I have finished my decreases and I now have 3 chain spaces here. Okay, so some of the sizes, like I said, might have 2 chain spaces there, and that is perfectly fine. It's just because like you had an even number there instead of an odd number. So go ahead and chain 1 and turn your work. And if you have just 2 left, you're just going to simply decrease and combine the 2 chains that you have left. If you have the 3 chain spaces like me, go ahead and yarn over, and we're just going to do like a 3-way decrease. Okay, so yarn over, insert your hook in the first chain space, pull up a loop, insert into the second chain space, pull up a loop, and then insert into the third chain space and pull up a loop. Okay, so now you should have 5 chains or 5 loops on your hook. Okay, so yarn over and pull through 3, and then yarn over and pull through 3. Okay, it's the same for if you have 2, just do a regular decrease. From there, go ahead and chain 1, and you can tie off and cut your work. So now what we're gonna do is start on the second cup. So go ahead and find your corner chain on the other side, insert your hook, and we're going to tie a double knot here. Okay, and from there we're going to insert our hook into the same chain space as the double knot that we made, and make sure you lay this across so that it could be crocheted inside of there. Okay, go ahead and pull up a loop and chain 1. All right, From here we're going to do however many double crochets you did on the other cup on the other side. You'll do the same, so you will need to put a double crochet into this middle chain there, okay? Even though we already put one, you just want it to be even on both sides. So go ahead and double crochet across. And we're basically just going to repeat what we did on the other side. We're going to do, I'm going to do 11 rows of 13 double crochets on this side. You do how many that you did before on the other side. And then we're going to, instead of increasing on this side, we're going to increase on the outside. And then we'll make our triangle top, like the cup part. So just go ahead and repeat what you did on the previous side. And once you have that done, we'll almost be finished, but I will show you what's after that. All right, so once you're finished with the second cup, we are going to begin making our strings. So there will be strings at both top portions on the outside where this increase stops, okay, on both sides. We're going to have a string on the inside here where they both stop. And then we're going to have 2 strings for the front side of your bikini. And then we'll have 2 more strings for the back sides, okay? So what you're going to do first is go ahead and make a chain of 85 to 100. If you are if you are over a large, if you're 1X or over, maybe you should make 125 here. So just go ahead and chain out how many chains for your size, and then I'll meet you there and show you what to do next. So once you get done with your 100 chains, go ahead and chain one more, and then we're going to go back down this chain with slip stitches. So insert your chain into the next chain space, pull up a loop, and slip stitch. Okay, so insert into the next chain space, pull up a loop, and then pull that through the one loop on your hook. Okay, so what we're going to do is just slip stitch all the way down to reinforce this string and just make it a little bit of a higher quality. And from there I will show you what's next. Alright, so I have about, looks like I have about just one slip stitch left there. And then from here what I'm going to do is start single crocheting my way down to this spot here. So I'm going to start off by single crocheting kind of like towards the top, just a single crochet there. And I'm going to try to put like 2 single crochets on the side of every row here. Because they are double crochets, I'm going to just try to put 2 in the side of every row as best as I can. And make my way down here. And so when you reach this corner where the increase is, that's where we're going to put our next string. So just make sure that the row before is where you start decreasing, okay? So once you reach that corner, go ahead and chain out 100 more, or 125, or 85 if you're a smaller, size. But yeah, go ahead and make your chain and then slip stitch back down, and we will continue. So once you finish your second string, I think I have one more slip stitch. Okay. And go ahead and put a single crochet in that same space, like that. And then we're going to continue single crocheting down this edge until we reach this next corner where the bikini bottom, where it pivots right here. You'll be able to see it. So go ahead and single crochet to here, and I'll show you what's next. Okay, so once you get to this corner spot here, you're going to go ahead and chain out 100 more, or I think 100 should be fine for all the sizes, or you can do 85 if you are a size small. So go ahead and chain that out, and then we will continue by slip stitching down like we've been doing, and then I'll show you what's next. Alright, it looks like I have one more slip stitch left, and then I'm going to make a single crochet in the same chain space, and I'm going to continue down making 2 single crochets in every row until I reach my next corner where we will put our next string. So I will meet you there and show you what's next. Okay, so once you have single crocheted all the way to the next corner, just make sure you hit all the spots. So I have like 1 single crochet left, and then you want to put 1 single crochet into this corner chain space here, and then you're going to go ahead and make your string. Make it as long as you made this front end string. So if you put 100 here, then put 100 down here. Okay, so go ahead and make your chain, and then slip stitch back down, and then I'll show you what's next. Alright, so once you finished your string, let's see, I have one more slip stitch left. Slip stitch. Okay, and then we're going to put 1 more single crochet into this corner stitch here. And don't worry if this opens up, just pull it closed, it's fine. From there, we're going to do 1 single crochet for every stitch here until we get to the other side, and then we're going to start on our second string. Okay, so when you're doing your second strings, just make sure, I mean, this one will be easy because it's just the other corner. But when you do like this string, for example, just make sure that you get it on the exact same spot on the opposite side. So just continue, go around here, do your string, go around, back up, and do your string in the same spot on the opposite side, and then go up and make sure that you do your string on the same corresponding row, the same spot, and then go ahead and do your top string just as you did the other top. From there, I will show you how to do the 2 middle strings after that, and then we will be finished. Okay, so I'll see you after you're done with the first part, and then I'll show you what's next. Okay. Okay, so I finished all my strings except for the middle, and I just wanted to point out, go ahead and single crochet down this side here, but when you get here, you just want to make sure that you put this string kind of in the same spot as this string. So try to make sure that you get it in a good spot there, in the corresponding spot. But this string is a lot shorter because it's just in the middle. So I have like one more left here. And for this string, you're only gonna do 30 30 chains. If you are 1x to 3x, maybe do 40 chains. Okay, so go ahead and chain that out, and then slip stitch down, and then you're gonna do more single crochets along the inside here, and then you'll come back up on the other side and do another string in this corner, and then you'll single crochet all the way up and then slip stitch here, and you're done. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope it turns out great for you.